It started as a cheerful, light-hearted live stream, a moment that ARMYs always treasure. BTS's Jimin and Jungkook, side by side, laughing and interacting with fans like close friends. It felt warm, familiar, safe. But under that joyful surface, a moment unfolded that pierced through the screen and into the hearts of viewers. As they spoke, something shifted in their tone. A pause, a glance, and then Jimin and Jungkook, still smiling, dropped a comment that shook the fandom. They revealed that certain individuals had been trying to access their private accounts. Jimin, with a soft but tired tone, said, "We've got no more information to leak." It was a joke, on the surface, but the sadness behind the words was unmistakable. Jungkook, known for directly calling out inappropriate behavior in the past, nodded in agreement. They were talking about sasaengs, obsessive fans who cross every boundary. And although their expressions remained composed, the pain in their voices was clear. They were no longer just idols, trying to protect their privacy. They were young men, exhausted from being watched, followed, and hacked. What struck ARMYs even harder was that they weren't surprised, because for years, BTS members and many idols have dealt with the violation of their privacy as if it's part of the job. But this time, it was Jimin and Jungkook choosing to speak up. Their comment wasn't just a throwaway line. It was a quiet scream, buried inside a broadcast filled with smiles. A heartbreaking reminder that fame often comes at the cost of peace. And speaking of peace being shattered, the Jennie and V dating rumors once again found their way back into the spotlight. It all started in 2022, when a wave of internet chaos broke out over alleged photos of Blackpink's Jennie and BTS's V on vacation together. Some images were taken inside V's apartment, some in a car, and some even appeared to show the pair strolling the romantic streets of Paris, hand in hand. Many called the photos fake, clever Photoshop tricks to stir up scandal. Others swore they were real, but the most impactful proof came in the form of a blurry, grainy video clip showing two figures walking closely through Paris. The person behind the camera, a Paris-based photographer named Amar Tawalit. At the time, Tawalit claimed it was a chance encounter, an innocent coincidence. But now, years later, he's back in the headlines. And not for a good reason. While V was recently in Paris again, attending Fashion Week as a Celine ambassador, Tawalit posted a new video. A fan jokingly asked him in the comments to catch V with Jennie again, and Tawalit responded, "We'll try again next time." That one sentence was enough to set the internet ablaze. Fans were furious. What was once defended as a coincidence now seemed to be exposed as premeditated. People began to question everything. Was the original video a lucky capture or a planned invasion of privacy? Outrage followed. Fans demanded that his account be reported, many calling it an attempt to stalk V, an invasion not only of his life, but of his safety. It was no longer about a rumor or a relationship. It was about respect. The thin line between fan culture and celebrity obsession had been crossed again, and this time with a smirk. While the internet debated what's real and what's right, another story quietly made waves. One that revealed the very real pain idols endure behind their perfect smiles. On the latest episode of KBS's Crazy Rich Koreans, MAMAMOO Hwasa offered fans a behind-the-scenes look at her North American tour. From the outside, it was glamorous. Hwasa was vibrant, fierce, and unstoppable. But behind the stage lights, the truth was much darker. In Boston, she was visibly unwell. Her face showed it, a frown she couldn't hide. She shared how her body was on the verge of breaking down. A cold was creeping in, and her stamina was fading. But like the professional she is, she pushed forward. Despite an old foot injury flaring up during rehearsal, she danced anyway. Not because she had to, but because, in her words, the dancers do it too. "We all grind through it together," she said. And she meant it. But the most shocking moment came later, when she casually revealed that one of her in-ear monitors exploded inside her ear. Not metaphorically, literally, the damage caused hearing loss in her left ear. Yet Hwasa admitted she still turns the volume all the way up because she needs to hear through the overwhelming sound of the crowd. The pain doesn't stop there. Tinnitus, constant ringing in her ears, now follows her day and night, and she said all this with a calm voice, as if it were just another part of her job. Her honesty, her strength, her quiet suffering. It left fans speechless. And she's not done. Hwasa is already preparing for the next leg of her tour in Bangkok and will continue performing across Europe until November 2025. Her resilience is unmatched, but her story reminds us, idols aren't invincible. Behind every flawless performance is a human being pushing through pain we may never see. And while some idols suffer silently, others find their voices. Even if it sparks controversy. That's what happened recently with ATEEZ's Wooyoung. During a live stream, he gave his honest opinion on the hit film KPop Demon Hunters, a fantasy action movie where K-pop idols double as demon-fighting warriors. It's a creative take, filled with vibrant visuals, fast-paced battles, and nods to idol culture. But Wooyoung, a real idol, living that life every day, said he couldn't fully enjoy the movie. "That's not how it goes," he said. "That's not what it's like." He wasn't rude. He wasn't harsh. He was simply honest. Some viewers, however, didn't take it well. They claimed his comments were too serious for a fun fictional film. But fans quickly came to his defense. Wooyoung, they said, has every right to his opinion, especially as someone who knows what it's actually like behind the scenes. He never said the movie was bad. In fact, he mentioned that he liked it. But he also pointed out how far fiction can be from reality. And sometimes that gap is hard to ignore. What's clear from all of these stories is that the world of K-pop, while dazzling, is built on very real challenges. From privacy violations and health struggles to misunderstood honesty, idols live under constant pressure, both on stage and off. But despite everything, they keep going. They speak up when it matters. They show up when they're tired, and even when their voices tremble or ears ring, they stand tall for their fans. These stories aren't just news. They're a window into the lives of the people we admire from afar. Behind the lights, the music, the millions of views, are human beings fighting battles we don't always see. And that's why, on Daebak Daily, we don't just talk about headlines. We tell their stories.